Welcome, and here we go again. And today I'm going to be starting my review series of Utopia, Sam Drunn's Lads of the Time Lords, with my review of Utopia. It's only going to be a quick one today. So Utopia, what do I think? Well, I think it's very, very good. Actually, I think it's fantastic. One of my favourite David Tennant ones, actually. I'm not going to say it's underrated, because I don't think it is. I think it's appreciated a lot. I definitely don't think it's overrated, which a lot of people do that I've spoken to. But I think Utopia is a terrific episode. Not just because of the terrific, bloody marvellous cliffhanger, which is possibly the best cliffhanger of Doctor Who ever, has such a brilliant build-up to it, and such a lovely level of threat to it, and surprise and shock. And I know for people back then who would have been watching it, would have been so surprised by what had happened. So, for starters, that's amazing, the cliffhanger. And I'll cover the resolution of the cliffhanger a bit more probably next time, because I'll be doing a Sound of Drums review tomorrow. But I think the cliffhanger resolution is sadly a bit disappointing in Sound of Drums, but the build-up to the cliffhanger and the cliffhanger itself is absolutely brilliant here. Everything that was a part of Series 3 comes together. What I like about Series 3 is it's not a clear story arc, so it's not like Bad Wolf or The Timeless Child or The Vault or The Hybrid or Missy or whatever. It's not one single thing that runs through the whole series. It's lots of little hidden elements, lots of little bits, a bit like Series 4, which all come together and all become really important in Series 3. In many ways, I sort of prefer that, because in this one, a lot of those elements come to fruition. It feels like most of the stories in Series 3 have a purpose because they connect to it in some way. I think there's connections with the Shakespeare Code. There's obviously the gridlock you are not alone thing, which connects with Yana, which is a fantastic reveal. You've got the Fob Watch from Human Nature, which was a brilliant reveal in itself, and I didn't think it would be something that would be explored further when I watched Human Nature. But it was, and in the later parts there's other little bits, but I love how it all comes together. I love how it's all set up and embedded through the three series of the show, really, as well as Captain Jack's immortality and Martha's romantic plot and the Master's return and the Time Lord's destruction and everything like that. It all comes to play here. Now, the story itself, very good. There's some slow points, but I think actually, and it's Russell T Davies, so usually this is the case, but I think actually the slow scenes are brilliant, and they really allow us a chance to get to know these characters. It's lovely to see Captain Jack back with David Tennant and Martha, and the three of them have quite a nice chemistry here. I always forget Captain Jack's in this one when I watch it, but he's back for the first time in 2 series. And it's nice to see him now. I love the way they explore the immortality plot. I love the subtle references to Torchwood, and the fact that this actually continues on from the Series 1 finale of Torchwood. I really love that. But references to all that aren't blatant, and you don't really need to know about it in advance. So casual viewers who haven't watched Torchwood before, it's fine. It's fine. They don't need to know about that particularly. Even though it'd be nice if they did. But the scene where the scenes between Tennant and Jack and the tensions that are going on between them is fantastic. You know, you can see in both of their faces their reaction to things. I think it's really nice how I think the plot itself is really nice. It's very slow, and in many ways it feels like a filler episode. It feels like it's not related to anything, but in many ways it's one of the most important episodes of the Russell T Davies era. And the writing is just on point. The dialogue is brilliant. as is often the case with Russell T Davies' writing. Derek Jacobi is brilliant, both as Yana and as the master at the end. And it's kind of a shame that we didn't get to see him more, because he is absolutely phenomenal here. And he shows a very Machiavellian, dark, classic Who, brooding enemy. I love the way how it's subtly sort of embedded in that he is the master throughout the episode. When you hear those little voices in the fog watch, like the 10th Doctor had back in the day. And the fact that there's a Roger Delgado voice in there at some point, and lots of little old master clips. And that's such a lovely little hidden bit of fan service, and with a huge amount of nails there. The regeneration sequence is nice too. Chante's a good supportive character, and you really feel for her when she dies. It's a really sad moment. The cannibals, a lot of people argue that that's not referenced, that's not relevant, but it's a very Mad Max-esque vibe to it. But I thoroughly enjoy it, actually. I really love the scene where they're running away from it, from the cannibal type creatures. I think there's a lot of really nice action going on here. I think it gives us some tension. I think without that, some of the episode would have been a bit boring. But they're there, and they're good, and they're quite creepy, cool villains. I quite enjoyed them. And, you know, I think everything here serves a point, it serves a purpose. I think it's a pretty perfect Doctor Who episode. It has everything, really. It has charm and humour and shocks and darkness and emotion. It's a really nice episode, and sets up beautifully the three-parter of Utopia, Sandrum's Last of the Time Lords, which I have very contrasting opinions on. So tomorrow I'll be talking about Sandrum's, and Friday I'll be talking about Last of the Time Lords. And both of those stories I have very different opinions on, and very different to this one. So that's why I've done them in 3 separate reviews. But I love Utopia. I could talk about what I love about it all day, but I'm going to keep it quick. I hope you're all well. Hope you're all staying safe. I'll continue to bring you videos every weekday. And I'll see you all soon.